Welcome back, all my yarn collectors and stitch enthusiasts. This is Dave from YDC TV, and today we'll be doing a tutorial on double crochet. We'll be using ice yarns, and this is a 4 worsted weight yarn. Saver. Sorry, the packaging's a little bit torn. This is just some stuff I've already used. This recommends a 5mm knitting needle, an 8mm crochet hook. We will be using a 7mm crochet hook. Basically, with this yarn, it is a good spun yarn, so you won't have, your needle won't be splitting it. So this is a great yarn to start with if you're first learning how to crochet, so you're not going to have a lot of splits. It's nice and thick, or it's not super thick, it's just the right weight. So when you're learning how to crochet or you're new to crocheting, it's not going to be real frustrating like the super fine yarns or the super bulky. This is just the right weight. Now with, we're going to do a small swatch. So with this, we're not doing a big one, but you can do this as many chains as you want, or as long as you want. So you just continue on as far as long as you want to go. So basically what we'll do is we're going to just pull this right on off the table here, and we will start with a slip stitch. Just wrap it around your finger, pull it through, tighten it down, wrap it around your hook, pull it through. I'm going to go ahead and chain 10. 2, 3, 4. Let me move out this stuff out of the way underneath of it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So wherever your length is that you're going to stop, you want to do 3 more for your turning chain. 1, 2, and 3. Wrap your yarn around and go 3 from the hook. 1, 2, and 3, and insert your hook. Make sure you have your 2 yarn threads on top, which is your V. So you pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, sorry, I'm trying to watch the camera, make sure you can see it clearly, and then pull through 2. Then you find your next space, and you can see that with your V's there on the top. Yarn over, put your hook through, grab your yarn, pull through, yarn over, my fingers aren't working, I apologize, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, put your hook through the next space, yarn over, pull through, need some more yarn there, okay, you pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you to go ahead and put, if you go back to where you put your chain 3, slip your slip marker in there, your stitch marker in there. Apparently I am not speaking very well today. Okay, yarn over, find your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Let me see if I can get that in a little bit better for you. There we go. Okay, yarn over, insert into the next spot. There you go. You can see you have your V's there. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, there you go, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. This works up really quickly and it's nice for blankets and, well, anything, garments, and it goes really quick. And if I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video till you catch up. Okay, we're at the end of our row. Pull up some more yarn here. Now I like to chain here before I turn, so you chain 2, the end of our row, and then I turn. Now some patterns will tell you to skip the first space. I do not. I don't like the gaps it leaves. I just go into the first loop, or the first space. Pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then I put my space marker right there. That way I know that that's my end of my row and that's where I'll need to start the next when I come back around, and that also helps me keep my straight. Okay, we go into the next space, pull through 2, pull through 2, and as you see, it's working up really nicely and it makes for a quick blanket, and it works through. Again, keep your check and make sure that you're getting both you're grabbing that V, and that'll keep your line straight, or it won't give you the texture if you don't. If you don't use stitch markers, you're going to want to keep an eye and make sure that you grab that turning chain, because occasionally you will go off and you won't get that turning chain, and your ends will be off, and that's when your blanket starts going a little wonky, and it can be fixed. Don't get me wrong, but it's a little more time consuming. You chain 2 at the end. Turn your work. Again, personal preference if you want to skip that space or not. That's going to be entirely up to you on how you want to do that. It's just become my personal preference. There's a couple other ways you can do that, and I'll do another video later, but I don't want to confuse anybody at this point, especially people that are just new to this. Okay, pull up the loop, insert your stitch or your hook, pull up a loop, okay, insert there. Again, checking to make sure you have your V in spot. There you go. But yeah, you can work up a blanket really quick. You can work up a shawl, a sweater, and you can combine stitches too with this and a double crochet, a single crochet. You can do a lot with this once you have it down. Okay, chain 2. Loosen the tension here. And make sure you're not going too loose on your stitches or on your tension. Insert your hook. Pull up a loop. Because if you go too high on your tension, I'll do my next one a lot looser. And then one after that I'll do super tight, and you can see the difference in the height of my stitches. Okay, so I'll do a really loose stitch on this one. And then I'll do a tight one on this one. Wow. So you can see the difference in the height of my stitches here. This is what I was regularly doing. This is a looser stitch, and this is a tighter stitch. See how the variations of my stitches were? Even this one was a little loose. But you can see that just by tightening up my stitch, it shortens it, tightening up my tension. So you can see the variations in how you can change your stitches. So be mindful of how your stitching is. If you start noticing you're getting a little lackadaisical on how you do your stitches. Some people are looser stitching. That's why they always suggest you do a swatch before you do a pattern, and making sure that your gauge is to pattern, because you may have to go up a hook size, down a hook size to make, especially in garments, to make sure that your swatch is the same size as what they want you to, or what you need to make that pattern actually to gauge. Because trust me, sometimes you could be, your stitch is a lot larger with the hook size than what you need to actually make that that particular pattern, and it's 5 or 6 times the size that you actually need it with the hook that they're recommending, because your stitches are a lot looser than what your what they recommend, or your yarn is thicker than what they're recommending. Like I had made a little puppy dog out of this yarn, and they actually recommended a much thinner yarn, and the dog was a lot larger than what the actual dog they recommended. So it was wonderful. I loved it. Okay, we're at the end of the row. We're going to chain 2. Going to remove our stitch marker, but it definitely wasn't to gauge. Okay, we're going to insert our hook at the beginning of the row. We're going to pull through 2 and pull through 2, but it was the epitome of not to gauge. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2. This will be our last row for this one, and then I will show you how to weave in your ends. Pull through 2, pull through 2. So yeah, definitely be mindful of your gauge, and when you're making something, because sometimes you can use a lot more yarn if you're not being mindful of your stitches, and you can run out of yarn way before you need to, and your item is much larger than what you expected. Okay, we're at the end of our row. Whoop! And that is not a double crochet. See? There we go. And the last stitch. Okay, make sure you give yourself plenty of yarn. Pull it through. Give it a little tug. Remove the stitch markers. I didn't give myself enough on that beginning one, but I'll make it work. So we will start at the top. I'm going to kind of go down this because there's not enough at the top. Kind of want to find it where it's a little more kind of thick, and just run it down. Oop, but don't pull it too tight. And then go back up, making sure you don't split your yarn, because this is a blunt needle, so it's not sharp. And I do maybe 3, sometimes 4, depending on. There you go. Now when you clip the yarn, make sure that you don't get any of your actual work in there. There's that one. Now this one will be a little bit more tricky. But it's doable. Sometimes I find I have to actually thread the needle through first, partially, and then if I don't cut it long enough, or if I don't make my knot with long enough end, then I have to kind of thread my needle because my needles are longer. But I love these needles because they have a little, I'll show you in just a second. There we go. These needles have a little bit of a bend to them, which helps. Okay, so there you go. Oh, I tugged that a little bit tight on that side. That's why it bumps in, but pretty straight edges, as straight as you can get, pretty much. Okay, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and share it with anybody that might enjoy the video. I also have a couple of unboxing videos that I'm going to be doing later today or first thing tomorrow morning that you might enjoy. I also have a few other videos out right now, so you might enjoy those. I appreciate you coming and seeing this channel. I will be doing some more stitching videos. Probably, I hope to do one a week. And of just different stitches, new stitches that I find in my different crochet dictionary videos of just different stitches. I like learning new stitches, so I will be sharing those with you if you'd like to learn them. So if you hit the subscribe button and you hit the bell, you'll get notified of those when they come out. So thank you for joining me, and have a great day.